Did they really need to know that because of her, I knew what it meant to be desperate? I wanted to forget all the places I'd slept, no one knowing where I was, always one step away from tragedy. All I'd wanted growing up was to read books and study. But instead, I learned how few acceptable ways there were to need help. You had to be perfect, deserving, hurt in just the right way. Even then, adults were so constrained in what they could offer. Everyone who dealt with disadvantaged kids, from therapists to college admissions officers, treated us as if we could overcome any abuse or neglect with sheer force of will. In the present tense, I was sick of pretending to be so resilient. So, I preferred to keep my mouth shut. But I rarely said no to Annette, the woman who'd signed up to help out a struggling girl a decade ago. Even though I was 25 now, not 15, I still felt like my survival depended on keeping all the adults happy. I dialed. Hello? My mother-in-law-to-be's crisp enunciation scared the shit out of me. Hi, Christine. I put on the voice I learned in college and made small talk. We talked about her latest run, that weekend's chamber music concert, our upcoming date at the Met Opera. I wanted to, share some information with you before you meet my mom. I read what Annette told me to say from a Post-it note. My mom is a compulsive shopper and hoarder. It's put a lot of strain on our relationship. I last lived at home when I was 14. Once I'd said it, I felt crazy that I'd been with her son for 4 years. 4 Thanksgivings. 4 Christmases skiing in Aspen. 4 New Year's Eve tins of caviar. And they didn't even have this stripped-down version. But then again, my college friends didn't know. My colleagues assumed I grew up rich, next to a lake. Even Byron, with whom I planned to spend my life, had only the outline. I'd done everything I could to distance myself from that old world. Moved to Manhattan, landed a fancy job, applied Retin-A fastidiously to remove the worry lines etched into my face, and shot my cheeks with Botox to soften my jaw, thickened from clenching. I worked out twice a day until my abs popped and woke up early even on the weekends. I basked in my apparent health and productivity, but I'd organized my life so that I never had more than 15 minutes free for everything I'd overcome to come back to haunt me. 1 week later, in Minneapolis, 45 minutes after we'd told my mom to meet us, I saw her and gripped Byron's hand. Hi, honey, she said, eyes brightening. She'd cleaned herself up. Her greasy hair still had comb marks through it. A billfold bulged out of her pocket, making her slacks stretch across her stomach and then sag over the wrinkled black leather of her men's tennis shoes. When she leaned in to hug me, must filled my nose. I have some things for you in the car. Byron's parents appeared outside the restaurant moments later, 15 minutes early. His mom wore pearl stud earrings, lipstick, and a blouse, eager to make a good impression. After I'd told her about my mom's issues, she'd quizzed me on her hobbies and interests. I felt grateful to be marrying into such a considerate family. My mom stuck her hand out to shake theirs. I sighed in relief. If they didn't hug her, they might not smell her. As we took our seats, I wasn't sure what worried me more, that my mom would disgust them, or that she'd charm them, as she charmed the doctors when I was young. Once we'd ordered, my mom pushed her glasses up on her nose. So, what do you do? She asked Byron's father. I'm a software engineer, he said, smiling, explaining that his wife and 2 sons, everyone, were also engineers. My mom nodded approvingly. Wow, smart family. Good genes. She took a sip of water. I was a crime scene photographer for 31 years.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.